Welcome to my fifth session, that is deduction under section 24 in case of self-occupied house property. Previous session we have seen deduction under section 24 in case of let out and deemed to be let out. There are two deductions, 24A standard deduction which is 30% of net annual value, and second one is 24B, that is interest on borrowed capital for construction, acquisition, etc. So that we have seen. Now we will see the similar type of a deduction whether it is applicable in case of a self-occupied house property. Now you see, in case of self-occupied house property, the first deduction is not applicable, that is section 24A is not applicable. Why? Because we have taken annual value of self-occupied house property as nil, municipal tax as nil, so we get a net adjusted annual value which is nil. So there is no income as such which we have shown, so that's why expenses cannot be shown. So that is why standard deduction is particularly to cover up your expenses of repairs, expenses of not expenses of your renovations or painting, whitewash, all those kind of things. So since there is no income as such, so we cannot claim an expenses, but one expense will be allowed under section 24B, that is interest on borrowed capital. Okay, and the limit is 2 lakh or 30,000. In let out house property or in case of a deemed to be let out house property, there is no limit, but in case of a self-occupied house property, there is a limit which occurs, that is 2 lakh or rupees 30,000, and from the assessment year 2021, we can declare two house properties as self-occupied. So both the house properties you will not get to 2 lakhs. Both house properties, one that is up to 2 lakh or either what 30,000. So it cannot be 2 lakh on one house property and 2 lakh on another house property. No, it will be only one. Okay. So now when we will get the deduction up to 2 lakh and when we will get the deduction under up to 30,000. Okay, let us see this. If the following conditions are satisfied, then the limit in respect of interest on borrowed capital will be rupees 2 lakh. So what are the conditions? Capital should be borrowed on or after 1st April 1999. So it is not applicable for the loans which has been taken prior to 1st April 1999. It is applicable for those loans which has been taken after 1st April 1999. That is the first condition. Okay, the capital should be borrowed for the purpose of either acquisition or construction and not for repair, renewal or reconstruction. So it is for only for two things. It has to be borrowed either for acquisition, that is a purchase of a house, or for construction, that is a building of a house. Clear? So this is the second condition. The third condition, acquisition or construction is completed within 5 years from the end of the financial year in which the capital was borrowed. So whichever year you have borrowed the capital, from that year till the end of 5 years, the construction has to be completed or the acquisition process has to be completed. Prior to this 2007, it was 3 years, but after 2007, they made it into 5 years. Okay, so your construction has to be completed in a span of 5 years. Alright, so then, and the person extending you the loan certificates, okay, should such that he should state that the interest payable in respect of the amount advance for acquisition or construction of the house as refinance of the principal amount or outstanding under earlier. If the loan, what is the meaning of this? If the loan has been extended, okay, to pay off the principal of the previous loan, then also you can claim the interest up to rupees 2 lakh. If these conditions are satisfied, then the amount will be applicable for, will be up to rupees 2 lakh. Clear? If these conditions are not satisfied, then the limit will be restricted to 30,000. So when it will happen? If the loan is taken prior to 1st April 1999 and if the loan is taken for repair, renewal or reconstruction. If that is the case and if you are not able to complete the process of construction or acquisition within 5 years, then the limit will be 30,000. Okay, so the limit will be, so maximum up to rupees 30,000 if these conditions are satisfied. So we have to think of whether the deduction will be for 2 lakhs or whether the deduction for 30,000. Clear? So this is there. Now Mr. X has two houses. One is house 1 self-occupied, house 2 also self-occupied. Okay. Then informations are provided like municipal valuation of house 1 is 1 lakh, municipal valuation of house 2 is 80,000, fair rent of house 1 is 90,000, fair rent of house 2 is 60,000. Actual rent is not there because he has not given it for rented purpose. Municipal tax of house 1 is 1 and house 2 is another 1,000, and there is an interest on borrowed capital. For first house, he has taken it for construction on 1st April 2018, and previous year's interest is 75,000, whereas second house he has taken a repair which comes to 45,000. Okay. If this I have to claim this deduction under section 24, I am explaining you basically how to claim a deduction under section 24 in case of a self-occupied house property. Then we have to now see and compute the income. Okay, let us compute the income. Name of the assessee, Mr. X, same assessment year 2021, and previous year is 2019-2020. This is a case. So we will do in two columns, house 1, house 2. Okay. So annual value, straight away how to compute, you know, annual value of house 1 will become nil because it is self-occupied. This is also nil. So this is a self-occupied house property. Okay, so nil. So we cannot even claim municipal taxes. So directly less municipal tax will also become nil. And we will arrive at net adjusted net annual value. We will arrive at net annual value which is nil. So this is what we will going to do while computing income under self-occupied house property. Now let us look at the claiming of deduction. So from these we are less deduction under section 24. So only one deduction is applicable, that is under section 24B. Okay, in case of first house, it is interest on borrowed capital for construction. So he has taken a loan on 2018 and he has acquired the property now. That means he has completed the construction, and at the same time he has completed all the conditions, that is it is after 1st April 1999. Alright, he has completed the construction and now he has the interest. So what is the interest in that case? 75,000. The problem says it is 75,000. So he is eligible for an interest of 75,000 here. Whereas in the second case, the capital is borrowed not for construction or not for acquisition, but it is for repairs, and that's why the limit is 30,000. Although they have 45,000, we cannot claim, so he will claim only 30,000. Okay, now you add up 75 plus 30, that comes to 1,05,000. So it cannot be more than 2 lakh. Okay, so in both the cases, actually basically what we will do is that in this case there is a loss. So loss on self-occupied house property. So here minus 75,000, here minus 30,000. So both the cases we have to add up and total comes to 1,05,000. So it is not crossing 2 lakh. Suppose this was 2,05,000, then it was restricted to only 2 lakh. You cannot go more than 2 lakh. In the case of this, so in the case of that it will be 30,000. This is what we are supposed to do in case of a self-occupied house property. So claiming of deduction under section 24, only one deduction is applicable, that is interest on borrowed capital for construction or otherwise in case of a repairs, renewal, reconstruction, etc. Thank you.